Prediction markets, which had a breakout moment during the presidential elections in the U.S. when they proved to be more accurate than most opinion polls predict. Bitcoin, currently trading at 91,000, has a 72% chance for hitting 95 this month. Now, according to Polymarket, the price with the next highest odds is $105,000 at 23%, then $110,000 at 14%. Now, if prediction markets aren't your thing, and you prefer a forecast from a more conventional Wall Street analyst, there's Fundstrat Global Advisors co-founder Tom Lee, whose market call last year turned out to be the most accurate. Well, he thinks Bitcoin will hit 6 digits this year. Joining us now for more in the crypto pop and a tokenized bond now available on Gcash. PDAX founder and CEO Nichelle Gaba joins us live. Hi, Nichelle. Good to see you. Welcome back to Market Edge.
Hi, Michelle. Good morning. It's great to see you again.
All right. So I want to start, before we get to Bitcoin, I want to start with the tokenized government bonds now available on Gcash. It's like we're coming full circle because I remember around November last year, we actually broke the news that BTR, the Bureau of Treasury, was all set to offer the Philippines' first ever tokenized bond. So here we are now, available on Gcash. Talk to us about this development.
Right. So I think around this time last year, the Bureau of the Treasury issued tokenized treasury bonds, but they were only available to institutional investors. Fast forward a few months, we started making treasury bills, tokenized treasury bills available on PDAX, the PDAX mobile app. And then here we are 12 months after the first launch of the tokenized treasury bonds that G-Bonds is set to go live. It is not yet available right now, but we expect beginning December it will slowly be or gradually be rolled out to the Gcash apps nationwide. So we're very excited about that.
So explain to us what tokenized bonds are to the normal investor, the normal Filipino who might be interested, and how is it different from just buying the regular bonds?
So in with regards to substance, there's not much difference from a traditional treasury bill. It's still backed by the national government. It's still considered quote unquote interest. It's still considered quote unquote risk free. You get a fixed return from the national government. So none of that actually changes. But the difference with tokenized treasury bills is that because of the underlying technology, we're able to offer it at a more favorable denomination, so a much lower denomination. In fact, treasury bills on PDAX are available at 500 pesos a pop. And on G-Bonds, the plan is to make it available for as little as 500 pesos as well. Now, a lot of the magic of tokenization happened, well, obviously behind the scenes, but they happened to try and lower the costs of distributing bonds. If you have experienced buying bonds before, you will know that you have to line up at a bank, open an account, and the denominations are quite high. You would need millions of pesos to access treasuries. But now, relying on the blockchain for a lot of the record keeping and relying more on automations that are now available, we're able to make it available for a much lower price point.
So it's like many people are sharing. You're able to buy just a fraction of a bond. Is that a correct way of looking at it?
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Yeah, we've effectively fractionalized bond ownership, which is a very big deal considering that a lot of our countrymen have never been able to access bonds to begin with.
And when Filipinos buy bonds, it's like supporting government. It's like helping fund government, right? Supporting social projects of government.
That's correct. In fact, I always thought that treasuries were the most obvious starting point for an investor, right? Because you're investing in an asset that's quote unquote risk free. So you're almost guaranteed to get your money back with some interest. And you're also helping fund the republic. We do have a lot of development initiatives that need funding, and we should see this launch of G-Bonds making a real dent on that effort.
And Nichelle, from bonds, could the same thing be done in stocks eventually? I mean, we've got some stocks out there that are pretty expensive. Do you think this is also something that can democratize ownership of stocks?
Absolutely. In fact, the regulators are currently working on a framework to see how blockchain technology or distributed ledger technology can be utilized in traditional capital markets outside of just bonds. I would say that one of the best use cases for blockchain technology is precisely this. A lot of people don't realize that the what happens behind the scenes in the capital markets are actually very inefficient and very expensive. And you can take away a lot of these inefficiencies by just leveraging the blockchain, automating as much of the processing as you can, and make it available at much lower denominations. So this is not something out of the blue. This is an ongoing effort, and we expect to see a lot of regulatory development around this. I would say in the next 6 months.
Exciting times ahead. For sure, you're going to be very, very busy. Just going back to the tokenized government bonds that will be available on GCash starting December of this year, is there a target? Are you targeting a certain number of people or investors to try to dip their hands or toes into investing in tokenized bonds?
The rollout will be gradual. Obviously, there's more than 90 million GCash users, and there is a plan to gradually roll it out across the entire user base. But we should expect to be able to, well, all of us should expect to be able to invest through G bonds at probably early next year.
All right, exciting times ahead. Now, before we let you go, Nichelle, congratulations on this launch happening later this year. Before we let you go, another popular application of blockchain is, of course, cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin has been on a tear, 91,000. How do we make sense of this, and how do we position to win if we are invested in such currencies?
Well, a lot of the tailwinds for the crypto industry and indeed Bitcoin have been there for quite some time. I would say that the re-election of Donald Trump has been certainly been a catalyst. One of the announcements that he has made was that he would be replacing the current SEC chair, Gary Gensler, and I think that really electrified the industry because for a lot of you who are paying attention to the crypto industry in the US, the regulators have been very heavy-handed in regulating the space, and the market's view is that a new SEC chair